invite us here to show us accountability on what he did with what we collected. So for all the people here today, as we gather to celebrate the commissioning of a school, Maryland High School, Nyamirunda, I am filled with joy and optimism for the future of our education system. This significant event not only marks the inauguration of new facilities, but also underscores the vital role the church plays in socio-economic transformation of our society. And I would like to reiterate government's commitment to continue cooperating and supporting the church. Education is not merely about knowledge, it is a catalyst for our society's growth and development. Together we can create a bright future where education serves as a powerful tool for socio-economic development, enabling our communities to flourish and ensuring that our students are well equipped for the challenges and opportunities ahead. I am seeing this school playing this role for the people of Kibale district. It is essential that we equip our students with skills and knowledge necessary to navigate the complexities of the global economy while remaining stable in our local areas. This can be done by building special generic skills and competencies among our youth to give them employable skills needed in the world of work. My call now is on all the parents to send their children to school, and also the children to cooperate with the teachers and complete their education cycle. I want to thank the team from the National Housing for creating the master plan. With that master plan, we can now apportion our attention and resources to the most immediate. But what the president is telling people is that it is also important for us to know how we wake up in the morning at home, how much money we have in our home, what is the plan for our economy as a home, a plan for our enterprises as a home. And because of that, programs like OWC, NADS, PDM, Myoga, Women Fund, Youth Fund, Disability Fund, even grants for elderly people are now on implementation. So if you're a beneficiary in one of those programs and others I have not mentioned, please make sure that you take advantage of the money that you have received to produce results, stabilize your enterprise and your business, and then that money which is supposed to revolve, you make it to return to revolve so that other people also can benefit. And again, I wish the school growth from strength to strength.
Vice President Jessica Alupo adding that story there. Now, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabanja, has advised Ugandans to avoid voting leaders basing on anger. Nabanja said in the 2021 elections, the people of Budu in Greater Masaka sub-region voted angrily, which led to electing representatives who cannot comfortably collaborate with central government for timely service delivery. We have more in this story.
The Minister was delivering a lecture of opportunity at a workshop of leaders from the districts of Greater Masaka, organized by the UPDF at Sacred Heart Chamusansala School in Karungu district as part of the ongoing Tahere Sita celebrations. The 44th Tahere Sita anniversary celebrations is being celebrated in Greater Masaka under the theme Celebrating Pan-African Solidarity and the People's Sacrifice in the Struggle for Freedom and Democracy for Socio-Economic Transformation.
When you also, you are a product of democracy. Mwerate mwaita mukalulu. Namwe mwakabba. Bagamba batya president ya bakalo. Ate ne mubeerawo nga mukuba mu ngalo. Oli tasobola kubagamba Uganda teri democratic. Nga buli myaka egi kakati batandise okuwoominga.
Nabanja advised the people to stop lamenting and vote for President Yoweri Museveni and the NRM government in the next elections.
Mutambule kyalo ku kyalo, nyumba ku nyumba, bapa ku bapa. Tuli fenna musobole okulaba nga mwenunula.
Right Honorable Prime Minister, you have not let down the appointing authority, the one who gave you this job. You have not let him down. We are proud of you. The work you are doing is opening a road for many of these young ladies who are here. Your better performance gives opportunity for the appointing authority to know that women can do well, and we will continue to appoint more women.
Great humility is one of the leaders holding our pillars, the pillars of love, the pillars of hope, the pillars of faith, and that great pillar of Yoweri Museveni.
I have always desired to meet you face to face, but no chance. God has answered my desire today. I take this opportunity to thank you for your extraordinary leadership. When I watch you on TV, you give me energy and you portray the fact that, yes, women can lead.
The event is featuring activities across districts of Komansimbi, Kalangala, Kyotera, and Masaka City, culminating in Kyotera district on the 6th February 2025.
But the challenge they have is one, that they have not embraced the message of His Excellency the President to work on the small pieces of land and generate more income.
This annual event, organized by the government and the UPDF, aims to honor the spirit of community partnership and Pan-African solidarity.
Jingo Francis with that story there. Now, the Ministry of Health has started trial vaccination against Ebola Sudan strain. The principal investigator, Professor Bruce Chirenga, says the vaccine, codenamed RVSV, is targeting people that got into contact with a patient who died of Ebola virus.
And to date, we have picked new two cases who are close relatives to the deceased case, who was the index case. And we already have these receiving treatment. They have already received the compassionate Ebola vaccines. So we have people who are under isolation in the treatment center that has been set up at Mulago. There's a Mulago Isolation Center. We also have the health workers who are in contact with the index case that are under quarantine at a designated facility. Ministry of Health is on top of the situation. We have already listed over 234 contacts to the index case, and we have already deployed a mobile testing laboratory in Mbarara to ensure that the turnaround of the samples is done quickly. And this communication has already reached the various institutions, including schools, and we expect high level of vigilance and alertness such that we are able to get any alert that may arise in the schools. So I wish to confirm that we are working with all the institutions of learning to ensure that we control the spread of mpox and also curb the transmission or importation of Ebola. So on behalf of the Ministry of Health, I wish to caution those that are spreading false information, and we shall work with the regulator, which is UCC, if this continues, and these websites will be ultimately be blocked or brought down. So we appeal to responsive reporting about the outbreaks, not to cause unnecessary anxiety among the members of the public.
And we do apologize for the mix-up of stories there, but that story was actually about the Ministry of Health that has confirmed 2 additional Ebola cases linked to the initial index case. Now, according to Emmanuel Anebiona, whom you've just been watching there, the Ministry's Senior Public Relations Officer, he says that guidelines have been realigned to enhance standard operating procedures regarding Ebola and Mpox in schools. The ministry has also cautioned the public against mysterious websites spreading fake news and causing unnecessary anxiety about the outbreaks, emphasizing that the ministry has the situation under control. That is the story that you've just been watching there. But now let's go to that other story that I had earlier introduced, and of course that is the Ministry of Health that has started trial vaccination against Ebola Sudan strain. And the principal investigator, Professor Bruce Chirenga, says the vaccine that's codenamed RVSV is targeting people who got into contact with a patient who died of Ebola. To other news now, and we do apologize for the lack of sound in that story. But now let's go to the August House, where legislators have expressed divergent views on President Museveni's statement on the Supreme Court ruling about trying civilians in a military court. Now, some say there is a constitutional provision which does not allow MPs to amend or alter a court ruling, while others say if the amendment is brought in Parliament, they will process it. Now, earlier in his statement, the President said Uganda is governed by collective will of the people through constitutional amendments, Parliament, legislation and referenda. He directed the Attorney General to propose legal reforms to address the Supreme Court ruling and ensure continued use of military courts for armed criminals.
Judiciary means that whatever they have ruled or they have judged, we just go by that. If you have a reason to appeal, you appeal. If you have nothing, you rest your case. Because for him, he's pushing something to go his way. He wants the Attorney General to push that one very fast. To me, I have many questions there. Why of all military courts? We should also tell him that there is a constitutional provision which do not allow members of Parliament to amend or alter a court judgment. So as he's hurrying to push constitutional amendments, we also have that provision. The way in other jurisdictions, we do not have that provision. Actually, we should actually completely abolish court martial, because it does not follow the procedures of law. It does not. How can you have a summary trial of a murder case in 1 hour?
Position cannot stand, because Article 92 of the Constitution cannot allow us to make any legislation against a decision of court. We cannot be seen to legislate against a decision of court, against a ruling of court. It is not acceptable as per Article 92 of the Constitution, because the framers of the 1995 Constitution so a time coming would want to go against the judiciary by using one arm of government, and so they put measures so that you cannot use the Parliament against the judiciary.
As per the President's communication, if an amendment is brought in the Parliament for consideration, we shall handle it, we shall process it to ensure that the court-martial is formalized, and it can also have the human resource that have a background in the law and can be able to handle court matters. Now, the Supreme Court has decided on the matter, and we have to go by that because we respect we respect the courts of law and the rule of law. We are various organs of government, and each organ of government has got its own mandate.
It's saying that the Attorney General should now come with a review or with the amendment of the Constitution. It means he has realized that in his first statement, by condemning the decision of the court, he realized that he made a mistake. And after realizing that he made a mistake, he changed, said, let the Attorney General go and then look at the amendments of the rules.
Let's have a look now at more news pertaining to the health sector. And Ugandans have been told to desist from the mentality of doubting disease outbreaks, as this could make it difficult for government to respond to epidemics. The Director, Public Health at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Daniel Chabenza, blames such mentality on some political players, something he says is dangerous to the health of Ugandans. He sounded this while flagging off a consignment of test kits from Microhim Scientifics and Medical Supplies Nitinda to the national medical stores. Henry Okrut gives us more.
The last time Uganda was declared free from Ebola virus was in January 2023.
God is good, and all the time.
2 years later, the epidemic is back, creating tension among the public, authorities, and the health sector.
This is the first time we have this outbreak in the heart of the city at the National Referral Hospital. But for us as scientists, of course, now we are the frontliners. We are not scared of this enemy.
The outbreak is being doubted by some sections of the public, which disturbs health experts.
Please and please, my beg to the Ugandans, do not politicize outbreaks. If you fail to find platforms to have what to seek, let the scientists talk about scientific things. You hear somebody who doesn't know how to distinguish between mRNA and DNA and is talking about vaccines. And you wonder which school he went to.
This is being partly blamed on individuals seeking political capital.
Please, if you're finding a good platform, talk about community engagement, mobilize people for what you want to give them, leave the things which are a matter of life and death to those who know better. I think the Ugandans have heard. You can talk about the football team which lost, that's okay.
Dr. Kabayinza sounded the warning as he flagged off a consignment of health testing kits manufactured by Microhim Scientifics and Medical Supplies.
We are waiting for the never-ending request, and we need more diagnostics. Personally, I'm looking forward to the sickle cell test. We have about 1.3 million Ugandans who need to be tested for sickle cells and put on treatment for the rest of their lives. They will have a better livelihood.
The demand is so huge, and we are here to serve it. We have the capacity to manufacture. What you are seeing today, like what you are seeing today and what is still undergoing, is only 10 days production.
Destined for national medical stores, health experts see this as a boost to Uganda's health sector.
And we have also checked these batches that which have been flagged off. They have good quality. We have approved them, and it is continuous.
The testing kits will cater for malaria, sickle cell, and HIV/AIDS. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thanks, Henry Okrot, for that story there. Now we'll take a short break, but we'll be returning with much more. To stay with us.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the Government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312 206 400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
Tukwaniriza waka eri ebisanyusa. Eri Wi-Fi buli wamu. Eri speedi za internet eza waggulu. Eri obukuumi. Eri obuyambi obuli mu ddaala erisooka. Eri okwanguyirizibwa. Tukwaniriza waka eri MTN Wakanet, intaneti ensukulumu eri buli maka. Kyalira www.mtn.co.ug kasale Wakanet. Tukwaniriza waka nga tuli wamu tewali kitulema.
Government of Uganda presents Post Buses in Uganda, operated by Posta Uganda. We specialize in professional transport, courier and vehicle hire services across Uganda. Our routes include Kampala Masaka Mbarara Kabale Chisoro, Kampala Mukono Jinja Mbale via Tirinyi Road Soroti Lira, and Kampala Luero Kamudini Gulu Kitgum. Our main offices are located at the Post Office Head Office on Kampala Road, with booking services available at counters 23 and 24 at the General Post Office. You can also book at designated district post offices along our routes. For inquiries or bookings, please contact us on 0751 684 184. Posta Uganda. We deliver trust.
Agriculture is Uganda's economic backbone, employing about 70% of the working population and contributing 20% of the GDP. As the world becomes a digital global village, ICT has proven to increase productivity in the agricultural value chain. UCUSAF, through its Strategic Plan 3, recognizes the importance of access and usage of ICT-based tools, information and knowledge for farmers by providing them the needed skills to live, learn, work and participate in a digital society.
We came up with a project which we took to UCSAF, and we're happy that UCSAF supported it. That project is called ICT for Farmers. What did we get from ICT for Farmers? We managed to skill up to 100,000 farmers.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Now, the National Unity Platform NUP Electoral Commission, chaired by Mercy Walukemba, has continued the vetting process for candidates vying to fill the vacant Kawempe North MP seat. The seat was previously held by the late Muhammad Segirinya. Now, 7 candidates appeared before the committee, including Kuria Saulo Ziwa, Dr. Charles Rubagumya, Engineer Senkungu Kenneth, Council Elias Luimbazi Nalukola and Serunkuma Salim being confirmed.
Council Elias Luimbazi Nalukola arrived and was confirmed by the committee. He dismissed allegations of being promised a cut in exchange for monetary contributions. He assured the public he would do his best.
Today, I have submitted before the same formidable committee my application in writing, therewith attached my CV, a copy of my membership card. I'm a member of NUP. My CV, my academic credentials have been escorted by several people, including my father and the entire youth from Kawempe North constituency. Indeed, the chairperson has acknowledged that I have all the qualifications, and now I'm waiting for the time when I will receive a call to appear before the committee, when I will be accorded the latitude to express my further desires and to answer all questions that will be raised by the committee in case of any. I'm ready and willing. I'm one of the best from Kawempe North constituency. The residents of Kawempe North have sent me. And indeed, I believe the National Unity Platform will be convinced and persuaded that I am the best to take his plan.
Serunkuma Salim arrived in style. After he was confirmed, he addressed the media.
To you that you met all our requirements for that post of Member of Parliament, Kawempe. This is to show.
National Unity Platform. I really thank the party and Mr. President, the entire cabinet for this opportunity, because in the National Unity Platform the door is open to whoever who is eligible and who has powers to come and compete to different posts. So with that, we thank Mr. President.
Dr. Charles Rubagumya and Kachika Frederick both are making their second attempts at the seat.
Come on national television and try to lie that we get a new within a space of year, because we are almost in the election cycle to get them. So there's a lot of activity taking place. So
when talk about parliament, changero soko kurwana kwe kulaba ngabagana efaba batebwa nze sigana bena mu caucus kulya bichepere kulya sumbusa.
Kuria Saulo Ziwa struggled to meet the committee's requirements, lacking proof of completing Senior 6. He was directed to provide a letter of confirmation from the National Council for Higher Education.
Instead of being here urging with us, do the needful. We are closing tomorrow, midday, so that we can register you.
Era ngenda college kibangambye ngenda tegeeza bakama banga aba university kibangambye.
Another unnamed candidate also faced similar documentation challenges and was asked to return with complete documents. The committee noted that while 5 candidates were confirmed, 2 were asked to return with the necessary documents. Marcel Kemba reiterated fairness and transparency in the vetting process.
Number 1 who came in the morning first was Akika Frederick, followed by Charles Ruvagomya, and then Senkungu Kenneth, and then Eres Narukola, followed by Serunkuma Salim, to make the total number of 5, those who came today.
The vetting continues tomorrow with the final list of candidates expected soon. Crispus Arinitwe, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
And that brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Do remember that our second and final edition of the day will come your way at 10 p.m. On Sign Language, it has been Senyamo Yusuf and Rukidi Kiijanangoma wishing you a blessed night. But up next here on UBC TV is The Front Bench with Jerome Paul Sonko on standby. Paul, over to you.
You, our dear viewer, for watching your national broadcaster. Good evening, how are you doing? And well, when you look at the last story of the newsroom this evening, it clearly shows you that the road to 2026 has started heating up, and we can only wait to see what 2026 has to present on the table for those who are following every detail of the political space in the country. But that said, welcome to the Monday Night Conversations. I want to believe you're doing well. It is a new month. February is here. We're into the 3rd day of this particular month. If you're counting down the days, out of the 365 days of 2025, we have so far covered 34 of those. And you should be thankful that we are alive. All right, tonight we do have an exciting episode of The Front Bench because we're going to be talking a very critical issue of ethics and integrity. And we are glad, by the way, to be having representatives from the Ministry of Ethics and Integrity. You can as well say from the Directorate of Ethics and Integrity in studio with us. Now, we're going to be underscoring the critical issues around service delivery within the public service, but pretty much focusing on the principles of ethics and integrity. Now, when you look at it in this way, in a world where headlines talking about corruption have been dominant in our country, especially within the public service, it is more important for us to kickstart of this kind of conversation as we are launching into the month of February. And of course, with the key principles of integrity, honesty, accountability, amongst others, integrity, we're going to be looking at it from that side of the perspective, understanding how does the Directorate of Ethics and Integrity prepare those in the public service to be accountable and to push for integrity within their level of administration. It is a conversation that we are inviting you, our dear viewer, to be part of using the hashtag UBC Frontbench. That is on X, but also in the same capacity. For those of you who want to send us or engage in this kind of conversation, you can as well text us or send an SMS on 0709 602 592. That is regarding any platform your conscience deems fit, so you can be part of the conversation nonetheless. But allow me introduce my guests this evening who are going to be leading us in the conversations that you, our dear viewer, will be part of by asking them the questions. Because here on the front bench, we engage your leaders as we address or as they address the concerns that matter most. As I welcome you to the bench, allow me to introduce first the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Ethics and Integrity. This is none other than Mr. Dunstan Balaba. A very good evening, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, moderator.
All right. And within and in the space or in the capacity of the State Minister at this particular time, because we were supposed to be having the State Minister from the Directorate of Integrity and Ethics, but instead we do have the Commissioner Ethics, Policy and Standards from the same directorate. This is Mr. Moses Makumbi, who also joins us here at the front bench. A very good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, viewers. you're welcome to the show.
All right, and indeed, and you, our dear viewer, you should be part of this conversation at the forefront, because with this conversation, every decision that is made at the front invites you, a backbencher or wherever you are, to be part of the conversation. You should be part of the decision making that we are about to experience during this 1 hour bit of the discussion. I am Joram Paul Sonko. Welcome on board. First, our symbol of unity. Remember, the hashtag is UBC Frontbench. Good evening.